Hello and welcome back to Dueling Grounds. Before we begin this week, I just want to say a big thank you to all of the viewers. We've had a big jump in the number of views with the last video and the number of subscribers. Just a big thank you to everyone.
Yeah, we really appreciate it. Anyway, getting into today's video, we have
Connor playing Grahatia Scion Reborn versus
myself on Flubs the Fool, my favourite deck, and a big thank you to Katie, one of our newer players who did this really cool altar you can see on screen. So my opening hand, I think I've kept a bad hand here.
You think?
6 cards, 2 lands, but one of them's Urza's Saga, so it won't be here forever.
Yeah.
And then a couple of just 0 mana cards. I think the Oko tempted me, but I don't even have the mana to play Oko in this hand.
But you don't want to go 5 either, don't you?
I don't want to go to 5 against control. I think that's what I'm thinking.
You've got a redraw from Urza's Bauble.
And the Pyrite
Spellbomb.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
We'll see. How's Connor's hand?
Connor's hand looks good. He's got 3 lands, 2 fetches, so could get 2 surveils, as we know, very powerful. Couple of good spells, ManaTraders, Snap, and Staff of the Storyteller is really good in his deck. So,
100%, just gets lots of value.
Yeah.
Good draw engine. So anyway, let's begin. I start by playing an Urza's Saga.
Now you said to me before we started that this is the first time you've played Urza's Saga.
Yeah,
which possibly explains why you played on turn 1, because it's not great on turn 1.
As soon as I went to my second turn, I was like, I can't make a construct here. I think also Urza's Saga was another part of why I kept the hand. I was like, I've got the Bauble, the Spellbomb, I can make some big constructs for cheap.
Yes.
That isn't the case.
Was there any particular reason you can think back to now as to why you didn't lead on Tiger?
I think I wanted to tick up the Urza's Saga to go fetch sooner.
Okay.
To get like a Springleaf Drum.
Okay. Okay, that's logic.
But yeah, also just inexperience with playing Urza's Saga
and
not really realising how it worked. So I did forget to tick up the Saga here, but I will remember it before the end of the turn.
Fine.
I cracked the Urza's Bauble, looking at Connor's hand, and he gets to see the card I find.
He does, yes. Yes. That is the official correct way of doing it, according to Judge Dave.
The only source for judging.
The source for judging for Magic the Gathering.
Connor cracks his Tarn, and as you correctly predicted, gets a Surveil land.
Cool, why wouldn't you? I mean, he's not mana-tithing anything, so yeah.
And I will just say, this is my first time playing against this commander. I've not really seen many deck lists for it, but I've seen some discussion around it, and it does seem like a really powerful
It seems like a really cool way, yes, engine is the right word. It seems like a really cool way to generate a bunch of value from your spells. And I really like it. I don't know if Connor's playing many of them, but with like the 0 mana spells like Urza's Bauble.
Yeah, 100%.
They make a 1/1 in addition. You can play them on the same turn you play the commander.
And they don't cost you life like most of your spells do.
Yes, yeah. There's a lot going on, I think, with this commander.
I think the real benefit of like Urza's Bauble and stuff in this deck is that it's the first time you do it each turn, so you really want to try and do it in your turn and your opponent's turn to maximise that value.
Yeah.
So the Bauble means you can keep up all your mana for your removal spells, whatever you need to use.
Very cool, yeah. Staff of the Storyteller comes down, it makes a 1/1, which then puts a token on it.
A story counter,
which round it works, and then you can remove the counter to make, So gives him a little bit of board presence, and as you say, a bit of card advantage if the game goes long.
It triggers every time he makes a token, so his commander will be triggering it frequently. I do know what the card does, but I just didn't recognise that version. So I float the mana with Urza's Saga. I think I considered... I just couldn't make a construct, so I'm going to grab Springleaf Drum. Yeah,
because I don't think you get an opportunity to play a land even if you drew one, do you?
No, because it triggers as soon as your main phase begins.
Yeah, so... But as you said, you get something, you get the Springleaf Drum, you get a bit of a replacement artifact.
Yeah, I've got the mana from Urza's Saga still, so with one of the 0 drops in my hand, it kind of ramps me a mana in a way, which is nice. So that means I've got I'll have 3 when I play my 0 drop. If I had a land, it'd be 4. But, lands are overrated. But an Oko is never a bad thing.
Do you run out the Oko here because you have too many cards in hand to make it worthwhile playing Flubs?
I don't really think that... The cards in my hand cost too much mana, in a way. And I just couldn't play them all, so I'd end up playing Flubs, playing some 0 drops, and then ending up still having cards in hand and not ever being able to draw cards. So it'd just be mad card disadvantage at the moment.
That makes sense. You plus them made of food.
Oko dies.
Yeah.
A bit of a shame, but...
It is a little bit.
I was hoping for him to just take over the game.
Yes.
In the intended way of making a food turning into an elk. Just doing that every other time. So draw the mine, another land that goes away after 3 turns.
Well, this one at least you've got some choice over when it goes away, to a certain extent.
I mean, I'm not feeling in a great position, but the strength at the moment I have is I've got a Worldly Tutor in hand to search for a creature, and I have Lightning Reeves. So my game plan here is just Nadu.
Oh, that makes sense. You've already got one half of the combo for Nardu.
And I've got the 0-drop in play, another 0-drop in hand, so...
Yeah, your deck goes really well with Nardu, doesn't it? Because you do have a lot of cheap creatures that you can ping, ping, ping onto.
Yeah, I mean, it isn't like a secret Nardu deck like you keep wanting to build, but whenever I have a Shuka or a Greaves, the first shooter is always Nardu.
Right.
It just does so much.
And the creature you played this turn... Oh, no.
I played Domri and Arcobolus.
Oh, this is Domri.
It's the Bloomburrow animal artwork, so upticked.
Right.
I'm very happy to have a Domri resolve here, because again, I'm playing against a control deck, so
Yeah.
stopping counter spells feels really nice.
Yeah, I always feel when we play, the first thing you worldly tutor for is Delighted Halfling for that reason.
Yeah, it's really strong. And if not Delighted Halfling, there's also the 1-mana 0/1 flyer, and when it attacks, your opponent can't cast spells this turn.
Oh, you're some kind of bee or something?
Yes.
Xanthid Swarm.
Yeah, that's it, thank you very much.
Okay.
Doing my job.
Yes.
So I'm not feeling like I'm in a terrible position. Nardu on top. Unfortunately, the Sylvan Shooter has made it very obvious what my plan is. So Connor's going to have.
Can he do much about it?
He can't counter it. He can kill it.
You can kill it, but then you get value. Like, it's very difficult to kill Nardu without targeting it. Not impossible.
Yes. Yeah.
So you'll get some value. Yeah.
On the board, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 mana at the moment, so I'm not going to be able to deploy Nardu plus Greaves.
Right.
So then the question is, which piece do I deploy first? And I just get silenced in my upkeep.
That's another way of doing it. You're familiar with that line of play, though, aren't you?
Yes.
That's definitely a thing that you've run out before. Yeah.
I can still activate abilities though, so I uptick with Domri, use the mana and another mana to crack the food, gain some life. So I'm not doing nothing this turn.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how much I like silence outside of like protecting a combo. Because Connor isn't combo killing you.
No.
This is just like a fog kind of thing.
I mean, this setting me back a turn was huge.
But as you say, you don't get set back a turn. You get to draw a card. You get to make a land drop. It's not Time Walk.
No, nowhere near Time Walk. But I still think it's a strong card.
Okay.
And especially because he makes a token with it, it advances his board.
There is additional value, yeah, with specifically here. I don't recognise this alternate border card.
That is it's a 2 mana. Look at the top 3, 1 into hand, the other on the bottom. Experimental Augury might be the name. Right.
Okay.
It's Phyrexian artwork, and it also proliferates, which is the real kicker here because it makes all his bodies bigger.
Yes, because the way it works is that the 1/1s with counters on them, so proliferates very nice. Yeah.
And that silence stopped me playing more blockers. Yeah. So he's going to hit me quite a lot.
Yeah. I'm not saying it's nothing, but you know.
But also like silence works quite well with a counter spell. So if you've played a spell that's quite good and you want it to resolve, if I cast silence, the silence resolves when I counter it. And if it's like a counter war matchup, you can't do anything about it.
Right.
So in the silence, you then have to spend your counter spell on the silence if you have another counter spell for the creature.
Right.
I think it's a really versatile card.
Okay. Maybe I should be playing it in my white decks.
Yeah. Not that you play anything that's not Teamer.
Indeed.
So big swing here, puts me down to 16. I was at 23 because of the food crack.
Right, okay.
And I'm facing that whole board again next turn. Flubs doesn't have any board wipes, apart from Engineered Explosives, which is a card that I'm thinking would be really good in this matchup, because I play it for 0, wipe all the tokens. So hopefully I can find that, but we'll see. And I've just drawn into Bergie. It's worth noting, if anyone wondering why I've got the flip card MDFCs, because my sleeves are slightly translucent. But I like the sleeves too much to
Fair enough. Well, they're perfect for the deck.
Exactly. Cost me more money than you'd normally pay for sleeves.
Okay. Were they custom then?
Yeah, custom dragon shields.
Oh, yes. Really, I've looked into those. They look interesting.
Yeah, not sponsored or anything, but really recommend.
Do you get exactly 100? I know this isn't...
So online, people were saying you get exactly 100. I got slightly over.
Oh, that's good. So you can afford a couple of chips.
Spares at home.
Right, okay, that's good. That's good.
So anyway, I'm really thinking here what to do, because I've just drawn Bergie.
Yes.
Which is another really powerful free drop. My mana's really tight. I'm not drawing into lands. So I'm trying to think, do I go for Nardu here? I think what I realise is that I can resolve Bergie, cast my 0 drop, and have enough mana to then play the Greaves.
Right.
So it feels like a more efficient than Nardu next turn. And again, keeps Nardu away for a turn of maybe sorcery speed removal.
Yeah.
So that's the line I go for. And Domri says my spells can't be countered, but Reprieve doesn't counter.
It just puts it back in your hand. Which
and again,
is
this feels brutal. All those
on this board, yes, because you get to make another body.
Yes.
And now you have no blockers, and now you scoop it up. Yeah. Okay. So, if you're enjoying the video and would like to give us a subscribe, that'd be awesome. And we'll see you back for game 2.
See you in game 2. Hello and welcome back to Dueling Grounds, heading into game 2 now, and Connor won game 1, so I'm on the play. This hand looks a lot better.
Good.
3 lands. None of them are Urza Saga, so I won't mess up by playing them incorrectly. Sorry, 2 lands, but the land grant is kind of like a 3rd land.
Effectively, yeah.
Utopia Sprawl is a turn 1 ramp piece, which is really nice in this deck.
Yeah.
Pentad Prism and Nadu, so I can just explode mana, and I have a Nadu, which is either just value if he kills it, or
you
could
draw.
be a combo piece.
Yeah, it looks great. Connor's hand looks quite similar to his last hand. A couple of fetch lands, 3 lands total, some interaction with a removal spell and a counter spell. But he's got a tutor this time, as well as a Staff of the Storyteller, so he might be able to put something interesting together.
A board wipe of some sort to just undo all my progress, we'll see.
We'll see.
So I lead with the Breeding Pool, and I'm going to Utopia Sprawl it.
Sensible.
I think I named red, I assume I named red here. And I play the Bauble. I tend to have started running them out really early in the first couple of turns just to dig through my deck a bit more.
Right, rather than using it as like a Nadu trigger.
Yeah, a Flubs trigger.
A Flubs trigger, yes.
Which I think I used to do more, but I realised I think it's kind of better to get through more of my deck early.
Okay, cool.
Setting myself up for once Flubs resolves.
It's interesting playing the same deck over and over again because you start to see more micro lines and understanding a little bit of what
especially
optimizations.
A complex deck like this one.
Yes, a lot of moving parts.
I still struggle quite early on with knowing what pieces to tutor for.
Okay.
So if I have a Sylvan Tutor in my opening hand, sometimes I really struggle to know which piece is the correct one to grab here.
Right.
Running out the turn 2 Nadu feels nice.
Oof, it's gross.
And
no mana tide this time.
No mana tide this time. In a way, without having a combo piece in hand, I kind of just am very happy for it to be killed.
Yeah,
just
yeah,
to get
as we said in game 1, get a bit of value, yeah.
And I'm really liking where my hand is. Feels like this is the kind of hand you want to see in a Flubs.
Absolutely, yeah.
The only thing it's missing would be like a halfling or a defense grid, something like that.
Something sort of, okay, something to protect you from counter magic. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Another Meticulous Archive.
Yeah,
What is this,
card.
game 1?
Yes. And, well, you know, you've got to play these powerful additions to Magic.
Although, one of the things that's changed a lot since the last time I played Flubs is I've really re-evaluated the mana base.
Okay.
I actually ended up cutting the 3rd Surveil land.
Which one?
The red-blue one.
Red-blue.
Yeah.
Okay.
Blue is definitely my tertiary colour. Green is probably my primary colour.
Right.
And
so you just never found yourself getting it?
There were situations where I did, but I was trying to make room for some new additions.
Okay.
So I added a Gemstone Cavern,
yes,
which is a piece I've been wanting for a while. Added the Saga, which is why I've not played with it before.
Yeah.
And the other exciting cards were Shifting Woodlands.
Yeah.
Which I went in our game in round
really
1.
quite versatile and
really
powerful
versatile
card.
card. If Flubs keeps dying, I can let him go to the graveyard, and he costs 4 to recast.
Yeah,
instead
I
of 9.
understand. Yeah, no, it's good.
And then also, what was the last card? Oboro, Palace in the Clouds, which I don't think came up in this game, but it's a land that can bounce itself for 1 mana.
Yeah. So
it's really good for like getting yourself out of the even card in hand position that Flubs finds sometimes.
Yeah, cool. So what are we going to do this turn?
What am I doing? I'm assuming. Okay, so I've drawn into Meria.
Remind me what that does.
Tap an artifact, non-token, add a green.
Yeah, it's powerful.
So run out the Prism and remove a counter to play Meria afterwards.
Okay.
I can now tap the Pentad Prism to play the Skull Clamp, which I can tap itself to get a green and equip it and get a Nadu trigger.
And Pentad Prism is so good when you can use the artifact as a game piece.
Yes.
And you're not just using it for ramp. And there's various different decks that can do that. But yeah, that's very clever.
I think this is a minor misplay. So I land grant now to get a land into hand before I equip to Nadu. But I think I shouldn't have done that because the land goes into play.
Yes.
So to increase the number of lands in my deck, I should have done the Nadu trigger first, hoped to hit a land, use that land to Nadu trigger again.
Oh, I see. Yeah, which you have to hit the land anyway.
Yes.
And then
hit the Song of Creation.
Okay, yes. Which is like your sort of backup Flubs, isn't it?
It's kind of like Flubs on steroids.
Is it more powerful than Flubs?
It delays, like both of them have you draw loads of cards and have to discard cards.
Yes.
Whereas Flubs makes you discard as you're comboing off. Song of Creation basically says if you whiff, you discard your whole hand.
Right. I've just seen the Supreme Verdict in
Connor's hand.
So yeah. So maybe Nadu isn't too long for this world. Or maybe it won't matter. Maybe you get so much value that it will be kind of irrelevant by the time the board.
But it means he doesn't need to targeted removal anything.
Yes, and he can get rid of other stuff because you've got your other mana creating creature there. Although not good against Song Creation. Is
this Connor's turn 3 he's going into? I think it is.
Yes, because he's playing his 3rd land and he was on the draw, so yes.
So I'm still a turn away from the Wrath. I'm going to have another turn, I mean.
Correct, yeah, you can have a full turn cycle before this happens.
I'm curious, I wonder if he plays his commander here, because if he does, it makes the Wrath slightly worse afterwards.
Yeah, but it also doesn't what's the word? Telegraph the wrath.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah, you're more likely to then commit more to the board now, thinking because he's played his commander.
Although that being said, myself, I would just try to go off next turn. I should have the resources to.
You should do with an equipment and an Nardu.
Yeah.
It's not a 0 equip cost equipment, but still. And you got the song.
So yeah, the Song of Creation is definitely my first one.
So tap 4 mana?
Yes, the Artifacts Temeria to play the song. Now, Song, unlike Nardu, only triggers... Sorry, Song, unlike Flubs, only triggers when I play a spell, not when I play a land.
Right.
So I have another land in hand. So I'm playing the other spell in my hand, and I've got a Tiger. I'm holding onto my land drops until later.
Yeah.
Playing the Earthcraft here, which lets me tap untapped creatures to untap basic lands.
Right.
So part of the reason I'm waiting is you always just wait to do your game actions until you need to, but also because I'm hoping to draw into other coloured basics.
Yes.
For the Earthcraft.
For the Earthcraft. And are you playing face up here?
By accident. I think I'm kind of going into the mode, and
because you do have cards in your deck that do exile, impulse draw, don't you?
Yes,
which would be face up.
If I would draw exile the top 2.
Yeah.
So these 2 cards shouldn't be face up.
Yeah.
I was a bit torn here. I was considering doing a lot of different things, but decided to just play the Noxious Revival. And then it's the debate of paying life or paying mana.
Right.
I believe I choose to pay life just to have more mana for later on.
That seems like it should normally be the right way to do things, right?
Yeah.
If you've got the choice. The mana is usually the limiting factor when you're trying to combo off.
Exactly.
Things.
So yeah, I choose to pay the life, and I put the bauble on top. There's no really exciting targets in my graveyard. What the mana is, what the bauble is, it kind of becomes a Mox Emerald because of the Meria.
Got it, yes.
So I'm drawing into 2 cards, and again, I keep going to put my cards face up for no real reason. The Chord of Calling here is interesting. Bauble, draw 2 more cards. So one of the things that starts to happen this turn is that I end up drawing a lot of lands.
Yes.
Which is really awkward because I just need like any spell to cast. So what do we have? So I think the only spell in my hand at the moment is the Chord of Calling, and everything else is a land.
Right.
So I have to either play Flubs, which is terrible right now because I've got so many cards in hand.
Yeah.
Or play the Chord.
So does the Song Creation, so I can't see the rules text when we're filming, does that let you play extra land drops?
Additional land. So
one additional land.
So I've got 2 land drops I can make this turn, but I'm trying to wait until later.
Yeah, you said for making the basics if you can, yeah.
So then, so I have to Chord now. I believe I came to the conclusion that I have exactly 6 mana. 1 from the Prism, 3 from my creatures, 1 from the Gemstone Mine, and 1 from the... what's it called? The Spell Bomb?
Yes.
So I can get exactly 6 mana, and normally when I Chord of Calling for free, because most of my big creatures are at free. So like a Bergie or a VV.
I was going to ask you, there's no way that you can Chord for a 0 mana equipment. You don't have any like...
Chord of Calling's for creatures.
Yeah, that's what I mean. The creatures that can then subsequently...
No, I don't have any artifact tutors. Well, the only tutors in my deck are creature tutors.
Right, okay. Because you could play like what they call the mages, like a tribute mage or a trophy mage.
They're free mana. Like 3 mana cards in this deck have to be quite good.
Yeah, fair enough.
Because if you draw them when you're comboing off, it hurts.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I'm really torn about what to do. I can't remember the 2 cards I've drawn into, but they're very much deciding what I play. Because I'm trying to think, how much mana am I going to have? I can play the 2 lands. Whatever creature I get will tap for a mana. I believe I drew into like a Domri, the Anarch of Bolas again, which is a free mana card, which is a bit awkward. I believe those 2 are the non-lands and the others are all lands.
Okay.
I can't remember what the second one was. But I like Vivi because it's like an actual win condition, as well as eventually getting me loads and loads of mana, if I can make it last that long. But yeah, I'm not completely sure. Maybe like 6 isn't good here because I don't have any non-land permanents in my graveyard. So I think I'm spending a long time, but
trying to decide what you're going to get.
I think Vivi is the correct decision.
And you're looking to try and win this turn, are you? Not trying to set up for next turn?
No, I mean, obviously you always want to win as soon as you can.
Of course.
But I mean, and that's the other thing. I think the other reason I chose Vivi over like Bergie, let's say, is because Vivi's also better next turn.
Right.
Because it gains the advantage that it gained from the turn before.
It keeps the counters.
It keeps the counters.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah,
while I don't know how long you're thinking about this, but how did the rest of your games go last night?
Well, as you know, round 1 was horrible.
I thought round 1 was really good. We played in round 1.
Yes.
And I think it was a very close game. I don't generally fancy my chances when I'm playing loot against you because it's a mid-range deck, it doesn't kill quickly.
Yeah.
And if I can't keep Vivi off the board, I feel like I'm dead.
I normally describe...
But Oko put some work in,
whenever someone like you talks about how scary Flubs is, like on the other side of the table, I'm just like, I'm doing nothing. Whereas you're like, oh my god, any turn.
I can't see that. All I can see is you with like a few cards in hand and a creature that lets you practically cycle through your whole deck.
Which is a nice feeling.
Yeah.
So looking at my, it's a bunch, so I choose to play, I need to play 2 lands here.
Yeah, so you play a different colour basic, which is
nice.
Makes sense.
And island's the least important one because there's so few blue pips. But I think I decided to play the Scalding Tarn and crack it for the island anyway, just in case I need to.
Gives you the choice, doesn't it?
Yeah. Earthcraft is a bit of an expensive card, but it's one I completely have no regrets of buying.
Oh, you mean not mana expensive?
No,
money
like
expensive.
actual money expensive.
Okay, fine.
But yeah, it feels really nice. So Vivi to untap the forest with the Earthcraft.
Yep.
2 other lands lets me play Domri.
Domri puts a counter on
Counter on Vivi. Draw 2 cards.
And actually, Domri does more than that because Domri gives Vivi +1 power by himself.
Oh, that's true.
So
I think
that gives you an extra mana. Yeah.
I did not realise that, but that's a really good point.
I'm glad I could.
Thank you very much.
Contribute.
So I just drew 2 more lands off for Domri, which is really frustrating.
Oh my god, how many lands?
I end up upticking Domri to Skull Clamp the Crimson Kobold, Nadu trigger, get a land into play, which is really helpful.
Yes.
Dies, draw 2 cards.
Is that Shifting Woodland? Or?
There is a Shifting Woodland in my hand. That's a Yavimaya.
Thank you.
So all my lands are forests.
Yep.
I play out the Llanowar Elves, which I can now tap to get any mana of colour I need.
And you can clamp it, which is nice.
Tormod's Crypt, trigger Vivi, draw 2 more cards, which I miss, but then Connor very kindly reminds me. Connor was a lovely opponent to play against because he kept reminding me of things.
Just for people who don't come and play at the shop, we have a league which rewards people for both deck building and for good sportsmanship. And Connor is frequently gets voted on that. He is a very pleasant person to play against.
I always enjoy games with Connor.
Yeah, really nice opponent.
Played the Gushvel Scepter, Vivi, draw 2 cards again, and this Storm Creation it's nuts when you get it to resolve.
It looks like I don't know. I can't keep track of this board. This is crazy.
It's Flubs with all the downside, without the downside. But the problem is, if you can see, I've just got so many lands here. Yes. They're kind of useless. I can't play any more land drops. If I was to play Flubs, I could get another land drop. But again, Flubs isn't good here.
No.
So I'm playing the Bloom Tender, drawing 2 more cards. And I've drawn into a Bergie, finally, which is just going to help out quite a lot here, because I'm kind of choked on mana.
Is Bergie any spell or non-creature spell?
Any spell, get
makes
a red
mana. Okay. Yeah, and you've got so many 0 drops.
And also, very relevantly, Bergie says you can activate both abilities twice.
Okay, I don't know if you're being sarcastic.
I don't have any both abilities in my deck. So play the Bergie, draw 2 more spells, tap that to get the green, and I've got this little mana tracker, which will come down in a second. Which I need whenever I've got the Tangle Root or the Bergie in play.
Yep.
So play the Tinderwall here, get a red. Tinderwall's really nice because it's like a ritual. I can sack it for 2 more red. I can tap it. When the Flubs engine goes off, there's never a better feeling for me playing Magic.
Yeah, and I think this is where when I'm playing against you, you'll be saying to me, "Yeah, but Adam, it's not deterministic," and I'm just like, "But it feels like." How do you actually?
Well, I got close when I was drawing all those lands.
Yeah, but
you'd
almost need like the top 20 cards of your library to be lands to really actually fizzle from this spot, right?
Yes.
I think that conceding here makes sense if you're concerned about the clock. Because I just don't see you stopping here. And
I finally find like a win line. So I play the Flame Jab, which adds a red, and it has Retrace. And I've got all these lands in hand. It's over. Yes, no, and that was very
fantastic.
Exciting for me. But I won without Flubs in play, so it feels a bit bad for that.
But we got game 3.
We got game 3, so finally get Flubs down.
Welcome back to game 3. Unfortunately for Connor, he has mulliganed to 5. He's kept a good 5, 2 lands, one of which is the Witch Enchanter, and 3 removal spells. Yeah. So he's going to kill Flubs.
He's going to stop me from doing my thing.
Definitely going to kill Flubs.
I mulligan to 6.
Yep.
A Mesa, Horizon of Progress. 2 lands, and then I've just got a bunch of mana. Springleaf Drum,
Okay, so you're at 6. So the disparity isn't quite as bad. Okay.
Yeah, so the Drum, the Halfling, Wild Cantor, and then I've got a defense grid. So lots of mana and 2 kind of anti-control spells with the Halfling and the defense grid. So
nice.
Kind of really what I want to see in this match.
Yes. So leads on the Witch Enchanter as a land, not surprising, considering what's in his hand currently.
I've drawn into a Tiger, which I used to play the
Turn 1
Halfling.
Halfling, which is nice.
Yeah.
When your opponent's got a slowish start, having a turn 1 acceleration, yeah. Plays his second land. Don't know if that was the land in his hand, so I don't know if he's drawn another land yet. Got Opt, hopefully we'll find one.
He's played his land drop a ton of times. It still feels a bit strange to play the Opt in the main phase, as opposed to holding it up.
Including sacking a land. Yeah, I think because he'd played his land drop that turn, I completely agree with you.
Yes.
There's no reason to play it at sorcery speed, but sometimes I've got this where you're so tunnel vision on what you need to do.
You need to find more
You
lands.
sort of forget about what's going on. You're just like, I need to find a land. So you just, I'll draw an Opt this turn. I'm going to play it straight away. I'm going to find land. I've totally been there many times. You're thinking about what to do and why is it turn 3 flubs. You wouldn't play flubs here, would you? Turn 2?
Not with this hand. There's just 2. I don't want to discard all these cards. I mean, maybe there's an argument for it because I could play the Mesa, discard something. But I think again, I also used to play flubs a little bit too early, where I would
I think
rush
I'm remembering
out
games, test games,
and
stuff that we
throw
used to
away
play.
a bunch of cards.
Right. Okay.
But if I can just try and empty my hand onto the board first,
and then set up because then you've got things like mana pieces and stuff in play before. What's the hybrid card that you played?
Wild Cantor. I can sack it for a mana.
Yes, thank you.
It's a really fun card. I can loop it with Retrace of 6, get loads of mana.
Yeah, and the defense grid's really good against even like the removal spells. It's like not just counter magic, but against the path and whatnot.
He has to remove it in his turn or he's going to pay.
Which is not, You were saying that sorcery speed removing flubs is a problem for your opponent because you will likely get value of flubs.
Yes.
Even if they then kill it on the next turn, it's...
Also, one of the things that I know, I don't really want to say this on camera because people will see it and learn.
Right.
But the amount of times where people kind of, again, flubs is like the main thing making this all happen, but I'll pass my turn with 1 card in hand and my opponent will kill flubs in their turn. And that seems like a good thing, but then I'm going to untap, draw a card, I've got 2 cards, I can play 1, play flubs, combo off again. Whereas if they just passed, I'd have 2 cards, play 1, discard, pass back.
One, and that's when you kill the flubs.
Yeah.
Well, but I think that, and I'm glad you said that.
Yes.
Because I think one of the important things about FNM and by extension this channel is helping people to get better at playing.
100%. No, I will say that's not a rule to follow. No. If I've got like a spell bomb in play or a horizon land, I can sack that and keep comboing off anyway.
Yes.
So sometimes it's correct, but there have been situations where I'm sat there with no way to get that extra card.
Yes.
And they kill flubs and it allows me to then go off.
Yeah, amazing. So we're fetching for a land.
So prismatic ending,
passing the turn. Oh, he's prismatic ending
with the Springleaf Drum.
Okay, fine. So
just
it's going after your
mana a little bit more.
I guess the Halfling doesn't matter because you're not countering anything with defense grid anyway. Do you think the Wild Cantor might have been a better target?
No, because it's sacrificed for a mana. It's like 1 time.
But you get more mana. You get a burst of mana, don't you?
No, it's 1 mana.
Oh,
Tinderwall is sacked for 2 red.
I'm thinking of Tinderwall.
That's 1 mana of any colour.
I thought you got like 2 or 3 mana or something.
So I played the flubs here and I threw away the tutor. I think I was thinking about if I had enough mana to tutor for that. I don't know if it's correct to throw over tutor. I think this is again one of the things where I just don't know what to tutor for.
Right.
So it's easier to discard it. It might have been more optimal to tutor for something in my upkeep.
Right.
And then play that this turn and flubs next turn. Crack the Mesa to get my budget Volcanic Island. And I've got 1 other card in hand. I can't remember what it is, but we'll see in a second. It is a Pyrite Spellbomb.
Which now lets you draw a card.
Yep.
So you're sort of card neutral at this point. Because you have to discard 1 and you've drawn 1 extra.
But I believe that's the end of this turn. But again, I'm going to draw into 2. This is an example of the Spellbomb. I can sack it to draw another card and keep kind of going off.
Yeah. Connor's got a land, and I'm just thinking he's got... So this is probably a removal spell. I would have thought you'd play one of the removal spells on flubs now, but do you go...
cut down in his opening hand.
He had a path.
A path. So he can go Commander plus path.
That's what I'm thinking. And then he'll get a creature as well. And he seems to agree with us.
Makes sense.
I think so. I mean, you do get the extra land, which means that you've got the mana to... Did you already have the mana to recast flubs next turn?
I did, but now I can recast flubs and do more.
And you do more, okay.
Yeah. And I forget to search. When Connor reminds me, I got very excited. I was like, oh yeah, I get a land.
Yeah, path it's a weird one. It's really powerful, and I think you should always include it in your white decks. I think you should always include it.
I think so. I mean, it's the second best white removal spell, right? After swords.
I'm just wondering, has it, Prismatic Ending doesn't beat it.
I mean, in this
Solitude doesn't beat it now. It was when we used to play Modern. It definitely was the second best white removal spell after Path. But
wait, so after Swords isn't legal in Modern.
No, but I think it just used to be considered
the second best
overall
removal spell in the game.
In white.
Sure.
Yeah.
What's better than it?
Well, I was just asking you whether Prismatic Ending or Solitude is better than the Path to Exile now that those cards have been printed, and they don't have the downside that Path has got.
Well, I think again that in this format as well, what's it called? Prismatic Ending isn't as good because it's restricted by the colours of your commander's colour identity, so it's harder to get more into it.
Fair.
But also because we're in singles and you have more room to play different removal spells,
right?
As opposed to 4 of this, and you're good. So it's. I think
you're still always playing the Path.
I think so. But I guess in 3 colours you've got more diversity of removal spells to play. All my white spell decks have Path to Exile in, but they're all mono white, so that's...
So you have them, yeah. It makes sense. I mean, it's just pathing early always feels a bit bad, like pathing a 1 or a 2 drop.
Yeah, of course, because you give them so much advantage.
Yeah, but later in the game...
It's not restricted like
when the mana doesn't matter so much,
if your opponent's
really
playing a
good.
Reanimator deck, you're going to be glad you've got Path,
no,
Ending.
You're right. So you're sacking your Cantor to repay the flubs, play a land.
Discard the altar. I think I was thinking about, do I play the altar this turn and then play flubs next turn? And I just liked this more. I've drawn into the, what's it called? The 2 mana, put a card on top spell. And I was thinking about, is there anything I want to put on top?
Oh, Noxious Revival.
Noxious Revival, thank you.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking about it and I decide to just, it takes me a while to get there, but I decided to pass. And one of the reasons I decided to pass is I'm kind of thinking, I'm not winning this turn. It's going to do a lot, and I'm kind of just thinking Connor's probably going to try and kill Flubs again. If he kills Flub with a kill spell instead of an exile spell, then I've got the Noxious Revival and I can put Flubs on top.
Oh.
So it's going to cost me 3 instead of costing me 7 mana, which is what it costs in Command Zone.
Isn't Defense Grid symmetrical? Would you have to pay 3 mana for your Noxious Revival, or am I wrong in that?
I think that it is symmetrical.
I probably shouldn't have said that.
No, you should have said that. I definitely forget that.
Because it's an old card. I always just assume old cards are symmetrical.
No, I also just very rarely play spells in my opponent's turn, so I don't have to pay attention to it. I could have not cheated here by cracking both the fetches for lands that tap for mana this turn, but I completely forget about the defense grid, and I do not do that properly.
Okay. And he's brazen borrowing the defense grid.
Oh no, we're fine. But I don't cheat. I don't cheat.
You were worried then, were you?
You had me sweating. Yeah. I was kind of thinking, how did I miss that? But I didn't miss it. Connor let it happen.
We never doubted.
Oh, I doubted myself. No, I do kind of fetch slightly wrong here. I think my original plan was to surveil with the green land.
That makes sense.
Or surveil one of them. And for some reason I decided I can't get the surveil land with the first land I search for. Because
surveilling is a bit weird anyway if you're intending to Noxious Revival something on top.
Well, more to set up for after that. I'll put flubs on top.
So you want to
after I surveil to see what I see.
Set up the top of your library, then put flubs on top of that.
Yes, I'll draw into flubs.
Oh, because you can go flubs, play a spell,
draw into it. Yeah.
Right, I'm forgetting. Yeah, okay. No, that makes sense.
But so I think I should have. Yeah, I'm not really sure. I should have cracked the green one first to get an untapped land.
Okay.
So that I can play the Noxious Revival, then cracked the blue one to surveil.
So you don't want to pay 2 life for the Noxious Revival then?
No, I mean I can do it for free.
Yeah.
I can not spend the life is what I'm thinking.
Yeah, okay, fine. I was wondering if you could go surveil land, even, and just really try and set up.
I'm on 8. Oh, surveil land's terrible, Adam. Because because you crack it in response. I'm bad at Magic.
No.
Yeah, you should get the surveil land, surveil on the stack, surveil again.
Yeah, or even just surveil, let it resolve, and then choose whether you want to get a surveil. Oh no, that doesn't work.
Because if you like it, then you're
yeah. You have to do crack. Yes.
Yeah. So I end up getting the Dryad Arbor. I'm just kind of thinking that a creature could be useful. I mean, the altar's in the bin, but there are other things that it can work with.
Yes.
Although maybe it's not a very good grab because obviously it's very vulnerable to removal. And I cast for Noxious Revival for 1 mana, not 3, because the defense grid is no SPC.
It's not there, yeah.
And I'm quite happy about the situation. Flubs is going to be quite cheap. It's just trying to find the best way to cast that. I mean, I'm tapping the Delighted Halfling, so it can't be counted anyway if there was anything that kind of had.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I guess like a Stern Scolding would have got him.
Stern Scolding works.
It's power or toughness to
I love Stern Scolding. It's very versatile. I mean, it hits a lot, a broad range of creatures that are relevant.
Flubs down, following up with a defense grid. I've only got 2 mana here, so it's going to be hard for me to combo off this turn, but I can try and get as much value as possible. I haven't played any land drops yet, so that's the Xantid Swarm we were talking about. So I've got 3 different hatred spells for interaction.
And what's this strange artifact?
That's Jeweled Amulet. It's like 0 mana, pay 1 mana, put mana into it, and then tap it to remove a mana.
Right. So you can sort of store the mana and use it on a different...
It sees play in other decks as well, aside from Flubs. Any deck that kind of wants to rush into their commander. I was playing it in General First Rockrick to get the turn to Rockrick.
Oh, nice.
I think it's just it's like the closest thing to like a true Mox we kind of have in the format.
Yeah.
This is Urza's Bauble, Urza's Saga. I can tap my creatures to untap my lands. I'm not sure what I've got in hand, but I think it's slowing me down and stopping me from comboing. I decide to Bauble now. Seeing the Bitter Triumph, so that I'm going to draw into 2 cards and then I'll have 3 when I draw in my turn. And then I think I have to pass there.
Nice turn.
Yeah. So I put the dice on top to remind me to put a mana on the Mox into the Jeweled Amulet.
Did you draw off your bauble?
I forget to draw off my bauble, but Connor reminds me.
Connor's so good.
Yeah, he's great. But it's because I was so focused on remembering, I need to remember to put the mana into this.
So many things to remember. And missing bauble triggers is like a signature move for me. Yeah. Back again in the modern days, it's just... You get so excited to play your 0 mana spell, you forget that it actually has other text.
It's quite a good card, actually.
It is. It's funny, in some decks it's a real kind of linchpin. It does and I remember
do a lot
of
back
things.
When Lurrus was the pre-companion errata, then ban. That was like a staple of Lurrus decks because it's just so much value.
So we're getting in for a few points of damage. Xantid Swarm is a 0/1, isn't it?
It is. I'm at 7 life, so I think I block with the Flubs because it's a free block.
Yes.
I guess there are things that could happen.
And that's a 3/3 and a 1/1, is it?
Yeah, 2/2.
That's a 1. I couldn't quite make out the dice.
No, I think it's 2 2/2s. It's 2 2/2s.
That's the light grey dice is throwing me off.
So yeah, chump block with the Xantid Swarm.
Yep.
I didn't think there was any risk of blocking with Flubs because in these colours there's no removal spell that he would be able to use that he couldn't use
before. And people just don't play pump spells, apart from Tifa.
No, yeah, which only plays pump spells.
Yeah.
So I think I'm just counting how much mana I'm going to have next turn. I'm not sure why we've slowed down here.
You're obviously thinking about something.
Yeah, Connor doesn't look like he... No, I think Connor's still deciding if he wants to do anything else this turn. Yeah, so now I'm going to tap that to untap the forest with the Earthcraft to put the green mana into the Jeweled Amulet.
I guess he can Bitter Triumph on your turn because he's got the mana to pay for the defense grid.
Yes,
so,
100%.
Okay.
So here Connor reminds me of the bauble, so I'm about to to catch up. Now, I think Connor should have just killed Flubs last turn.
Kind of think so, yeah.
Because he is going to kill Flubs in a minute.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is us talking about the bauble. He tells me to draw the card.
I wonder what he's waiting for.
I think so. I've got 3 cards in hand here now. I'm going to play a card, discard a card, and then I think he's trying to get the resources out of my hand.
This is the line you were talking about before about what people should really do against Flubs.
Yeah, I think. Well, I had to discard a card now, so I only have 1 card. And I think it's otherwise, if he killed Flubs last turn, I could play 2 cards, play Flubs, play the 3rd card. So in a way, he's kind of deprived me of one of the cards in my hand, which I'll have to discard with Flubs. But by killing it now, the thing I struggle with more than cards is mana. I can tap the Flubs to untap the Earthcraft, float a mana, and then when the Flubs dies, that reduces replaying its cost by 1.
Yeah, because you get the mana from it.
So effectively, I'm paying Flubs. I'm paying 7 mana, but it's kind of like I'm paying 6 because I got to use the Flubs for one of the manas. Yeah. So then it's just kind of the decision of deciding how to tap my lands the most efficiently. Obviously, the part of the Flubs combo is I don't know what I'm going to be drawing into. I don't know what mana I'm going to need later in the turn. So I'm kind of trying to use up all the generic or lands that tap with the least colours of mana possible.
Interesting. And this is the thing that you get with experience, isn't it? Is understanding those kind of decisions.
So I think I've put 8 things there, so I need to put 1 thing back because I've got 8 different mana sources available. Yeah, so there we go. Yeah, so using the floating mana, that's 7
that's
there.
Paying for the recast Flubs with the floating mana, as you say.
Exactly, can't be countered.
And then
but
you've left your most colourful lands untapped.
Exactly.
Okay, cool. And you've got a card in hand to
I believe it's an expedition map.
Start the chain going. Expedition map. Okay.
So not the most exciting card, but it's a.
I
mean, it is a card I keep thinking about.
It's a card because you can then get a land off it and then continue if you do stop. Yes.
But I've never done that once.
Oh, okay,
it's a card I keep thinking about cutting because I know that that's a possible option. And early it might be nice, but I've never found myself needing to do that.
Are there any exciting lands you would get? Not particularly, I suppose.
I mean, Shifting Woodland in Flubs has gotten really expensive to replay him.
And it's an artifact for Delirium as well.
That's true.
Works.
But there are other artifacts that I could be playing.
Of course.
2 mana to activate is quite a lot compared to the 1 to draw a card off the spell bombs.
Yeah.
So I play, I can't remember if this is my first or second land. I'm cracking the Misty Rainforest here. I'm at 4 life, so I'm quite scared that I'm going to lose next turn. I only have 1 blocker with Flubs, so at the moment I'm just dead next turn. So I need to either play a bunch of blockers or try to get a win this turn. Misty grabs the island because again I've got the Earthcraft in play. I really would rather have a mountain here, but I can't do an Adam and search for a mountain with my Misty Rainforest.
Daggers, yeah, okay, fair enough.
So I'm tapping. Going down to 3, I'm playing a VV here, adding a green with the Tangle route, drawing into a City of Brass, which...
That's all your land drops done.
That's all my land drops done. I try to put them in a pile to the right so I can see how many I've played this turn.
Yeah.
Especially because I can sometimes get up to 4 land drops in a turn with all the other cards in my deck. And again, I'm thinking quite a lot about how much mana I can get. I can tap the VV to get mana, or I can use I've got 1 mana floating, I've got the City of Brass. So I use the floating mana to play the Sylvan Shooter. This triggers VV, dealing a damage to Connor, growing the VV, which can eventually be more mana, which is nice. I'm not sure what I'm tutoring for. I think I drew Domri again, which is awkward because of the amount of mana that I have.
How much mana do you have?
I think I have 1, 2, 3. Because I can activate VV, I can tap VV for Earthcraft, and I can use the City of Brass.
Right, okay.
I'm not 100% certain about the card in hand, I could be wrong. But obviously I don't want to be activating VV now. I want to play more spells first and get loads of mana out of it.
Yeah.
I think I just tutor for a Tinderwall here, which isn't the most exciting tutor. Normally I want to grab one of my nice 3-drop creatures. But the Tinderwall is just more mana, and I'm very low on mana right now. So the Tinderwall costs 1 mana, but it gets me back a mana of green or blue with the Earthcraft, and then I can sack it for 2 red. So it's kind of like, it's basically like a dark ritual.
Yeah.
Just don't tell the rules committee or they'll ban it.
Yeah, I know.
So yeah, so I'm activating the VV, tapping the City of Brass, and it was a Domri.
So you use it, so Vivi's done now.
Vivi's done now, ability's been activated.
Yep.
I've got the Domri in play, which is my only current source of mana, because I can uptick it for a red or a green mana.
And then play the Tinderwall.
Up that to play the Tinderwall. Cast Trigger and Tangle Root gives me a green, draw a card for Flubs, and I draw into a Seal of Removal, so I can tap the Tinderwall to untap the island to play the Seal of Removal, which is helpful because I can get rid of an attacker, but at the moment I've got no blockers at all. So Gushvar Scepter, trigger VV, draw a card. Nardu is a problem here. There's just no way I can cast it. I've got 1 mana, 1 green floating, that's all the mana that I have. So I'm thinking a little bit here.
But you've got to sack the Tinderwall though, haven't you?
I can sack the Tinderwall for 2 red, but I've got no way to get blue mana.
Right, okay.
But the solution here is I tap the Gushvar Scepter, exiling Nardu underneath it.
What does that card do?
So you can tap it to exile a card from your hand underneath it, and you can tap it to put a card exiled of it back into your hand.
Right.
So it's really useful because I've hidden the Nardu away, bounce the Kobold, which I can then replay.
Oh, clever. These are the crazy lines, aren't they? Yes.
I draw into a Grim Lavamancer, so I have to sack the Tinderwall for 2 red because I don't have a mountain to tap the Kobold.
Fine.
Play the Lavamancer, get a green back, draw a card.
So your mana is building up, not the colours, but you are building up a stock of mana here.
Yeah, because I've got 2 floating and I can tap that. Mishra's Bauble
just play it. That was Walking Ballista.
That was Walking Ballista, yes.
Did you just play for 0?
Yes.
Okay.
So I've got 4 green floating down a red.
Yeah.
So I can play the Green Sun Zenith. I think I do it if X is free.
Okay, which you say is a good number for you, isn't it?
Yes, it is. I think I probably forget to shuffle it back into the library.
No one ever remembers to shuffle it back in their library.
So I draw a card, I can't remember what it is, and I think I'm thinking about what I want to tutor for. And I think I end up getting Meria, which lets me tap my artifacts for mana. because I've got 3 untapped artifacts here.
Tap them for what mana? Just for me?
For green.
Just for
green,
okay.
yeah. And it's non-token, but there's no token artifacts here.
Yeah.
I think the other thing to think about is like 6, but I don't think I drew into a land, so I don't think
Doesn't
6
6 need
useful.
to attack to be useful? Or
no, so non-land permanent cards in your graveyard have retrace.
Right, okay.
So yeah, that and Flame Jab together mean that it helps Flubs to not just draw into lands and brick.
Right, okay.
So yeah,
I'm just thinking about the attack mill. And
the attack mill,
yeah.
that's the line of text that's less relevant to me.
Yes,
yeah.
yes, okay, cool.
So Grim Lavamancer lets me untap an island or a forest. I don't know what I'm using. Tapping these for the green mana using Meria, and I can play Oko.
Okay.
Trigger Vivi.
Connor must be getting down a bit on light. I can't see the...
Connor's at 7 now.
7, so the Vivi triggers are starting to add up then.
But I'm at this situation, I'm still dead next turn because I don't have enough blockers. So I've now got 3 blockers to his 4 attackers, but each one of them is lethal. I draw into a land, which I can use the red mana floating to retrace the Flame Jab in my graveyard.
Right.
Which is 2 damage because of the VV.
So wait, so how are you retrace? Oh, because it has retrace.
It has retrace.
He has retraced itself.
Yeah.
Yes, okay.
Otherwise the card would be bad.
Yes.
So I can play the Lotus Cobra, tapping the whatever creature I tap and using the floating mana, and it gets me a green back, which I can use to play the Aether Spell Bomb.
Yep.
Another VV trigger. Connor is now down to 4. I draw into Phyrexian Walker. He goes to do damage, but it's a creature, so it doesn't do damage to him.
Yeah.
So he's still at 4. I draw into another card. And I think at this point I kind of stop and I look and I'm kind of like, I've got 4 blockers. The Meria, the Elves, the Cobra, and the
And you
Walker.
can bounce with one of his tokens
and
as well,
I've got the ability to bounce with and I can tap these for the mana by untapping the island.
Yeah.
So I feel like I'm actually in quite a stable position where I don't need to keep pushing. I can just kind of wait for next turn.
Okay.
Obviously, there's the Oko ability.
Did you activate Oko yet?
No, I completely forget to.
Okay.
And I literally say it during Connor's upkeep. I'm like, oh, okay. The awkward thing as well is Oko doesn't have dice. In a second, I think I'm about to put a dice onto Oko and still not activate it. And obviously, Oko making a food here would be so good because I can tap my creatures to pay the life of food after blocking.
I was thinking you could turn your spell bomb into a 3/3.
Turn my spell bomb into a 3/3 is also an option. I think the food is probably better.
I was just thinking you could block with a 3/3 and then sack it to bounce something else, giving you even more redundancy on blocks. But
100%.
But yeah, gaining 3 life also very powerful.
So I think I'm spending a while here thinking about what to do. Really, the turn is over. I just need to pass the turn.
Fine.
So yeah, I'm just clearing up. I think I'm going to clear the board state up in a second because it's a bit of a mess. So just make it clearer that I have 3 blockers. And then
So you said your round 1 was you lost to the better opponent.
Yeah, that is roughly what I said.
This is how did round 2 go?
Round 2 I was playing against Liam on Dinosaurs. It was quite a decisive Flubs win, but again, Liam's a pleasure to play with always.
He's a good guy.
This is my round 3, and round 4 was really, really frustrating. I lost game 1 against Deadpool, James on Deadpool, which is a good deck. And then game 2 of round 4, I spent loads of time flubbing off. Time was on the pressure. I missed some Song of Creation triggers, and I conceded because I felt bad.
Yeah.
So Connor's full swinging here. I block with everything. I'm going to lose the Elves and the Cobra. Meria should be killing that 2/2. I think that's missed, but it doesn't really matter. And yeah, I think I'm just thinking about if I want to tap my creatures for mana before they die, and I realise there's not really anything to do apart from sacking the bauble, putting me to 2 cards, which is what I kind of need to then draw 3 with Flubs and combo off again. So they die, I put my creatures back. That token in the top's dead, but it's
You
fine.
can untap with like a million mana here with all the other mana generation.
Yeah.
Vivi's on like 8.
So
9,
Connor thinks about playing the trickster elf. You know what I mean? The bounce petty theft. Brazen Borrower decides not to.
The creature half, yes.
Yeah, and then Connor has a card in hand. I'm not sure what it is, but Saga goes away, so I float the colourless. I'm not sure what I get here. Really, I mean, Connor's at 4 life, so I'm kind of I want 2...
You just need to cast some spells, don't you?
Yeah, 2 lands would be fine for retracing Vivi, or 2 non-creature spells. Is it 4? No, he's at 6 life, sorry. So I get the bauble into play.
Okay.
I just kind of was like, it doesn't matter, just put something on the board.
Doesn't seem like it would matter a lot, but
No.
you know the deck better.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I've won here. I just need to actually do that.
Do it, yes.
So I discard a land to retrace the Flame Jab, to discard the Gemstone Mine. It becomes a Flame Jab, which with Vivi is 2 damage. I have to discard a card to Flubs because I had 3 cards in hand, so I discard the Rogue Rack. Discard the Prismatic Vista to Flame Jab again. That's 2 more damage, putting Connor down to 2, except he no more lies it, but I have the mana to pay it, so I do so.
You just pay the 3, yeah.
Yeah. And then at this point, Connor's like, just so you know, I've got no cards in the hand or no blockers. And I'm like, don't worry, I just need to get this to the card. I completely could have just swung. But I completely forget combat is a thing.
You've also got +1 on all your creatures, even the 0 ones, because of their Domri. Yeah.
So I'm just so focused on I need to just
You don't even think about combat.
I don't even think about combat, no. I do feel a bit bad. This is kind of like me BMing a bit, but it wasn't intentional. I was just too lost in the Flub source.
Yeah, no one
I just need to find anything to get the VV triggers.
Yeah. Here's 6 we were talking about.
Yep. And land to retrace, and then Connor says that's the game.
He's happy with that.
So I'm very happy to have got this Flubs victory on camera, finally.
Yeah,
Shame
fantastic.
it's not the finals, but we'll get there soon enough.
Indeed. Right, well, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next week.
See you next week.